All right, Shalom Yasharala. Before we get started, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And we're back with another video, another lesson. And the title of this one is called, Where in Prophecy is Russia Going to Rule After America is Destroyed? I should have added that, but where in prophecy, man, these flies. Where in prophecy is Russia going to rule? All right, and this comes from multiple videos. If you don't know, multiple videos that the brother's been doing on the former. He used to be a part of Sakari. Now his name is his brother Hassad. He's now saying that when America gets destroyed, that by these different nations, Russia will rule for a little bit of time, but he doesn't give how long. He doesn't give 2 seconds, 2 days, 2 weeks, and we know that's not true, all right, because Russia is what? Russia is our Edomites. We gotta remember that, all right. Let's get a quick one. Let's get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, all right. And we're gonna get a little timeline. I ain't gonna make this video too long, just a little timeline of how what's gonna play out. Jacob's trouble, that's within Jacob's trouble. That's things within that, the mark of the beast, right? But let's get this real quick. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is the beginning of this world, this world right now they're ruling. This is their end, all right. And Jacob is who? The Israelites. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So the Israelites are going to rule, starting with the elect, and start with Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, our Savior, who died for the nation of Israel. Excuse me. You see? So we know that Esau is the end of the world. When we go into the word world, it's the Greek word aeon, or aeon. It's aeon, and it means age. You see? And the end of this age is what? Esau's. This is the end of Esau's world, Esau's age. And the next one following that is the Israelites. Now, before we get into the scriptures I got, let's get a little timeline real quick. I ain't gonna make it too long. Let's get a little something. Jeremiah 30. And let's go into it. Jeremiah 30 and 7, right? This is Jacob's trouble. This is where we're gonna start at. This is Jacob's trouble. This is gonna be all hell breaking loose, anarchy in the streets, the time where, the Israelites, all right, the 12 tribes, are going to go through a time of trouble, right? But the elect will be, they'll be kept safe. We're praying, hoping that we're of that number. So Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who is this he? This he is the elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the remnant of the men, women, and children. They'll be kept safe during that time. All right, let's get Daniel 12 and 1, right? The time of the end. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince. It's gonna be this time gonna be so bad that angels are gonna have to be with with the Lord's elect, man. Michael, that's one of the angels under Yahweh Shai. All right, one of the angels under Yahweh Shai coming to intervene to help out the children, the elect of the Israelites. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, the elect. All right. So that's what's going to be in the that's going to be taken care of during these times of trouble, right here. You see? That was, like I said, we're going to do a little timeline. All right. Now let's jump to Matthew. Now we know within Jacob's trouble is going to be a mark of the beast, the famine of the word. We're not going to be preaching and teaching. We're going to be persecuted. All right. Beheaded. Right. And that's another lesson for another day. But persecution will be going on. People are going to be dying out here. There's going to be famines. All types of that, man. Right. So let's get Matthew 24. Let's jump down to verse 29. The glorious return. Right. This is when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns. all right, and gathering up his elect. So Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And Salakia, hold on. All right, Salakia. Now it's like when I do a lesson, everybody want to come outside. That bugs me. But continuing on Matthew 24 and 29, right? So this is when Yahweh Shah returns to gather his elect. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is Yahweh Shai, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. You see? What's these clouds? Those are chariots. What they call UFOs, UAPs. These are chariots of the Lord, and the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come in a great big chariot. Everybody's going to see him. You see? Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds from one end of heaven to the other. You see? So this is what when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to come and destroy America, all right, in these different nations, right? Well, he's going to destroy America, you know, that's what he's coming to do, right? Come to destroy America, and also within that, to gather his elect. You see, and he's going to save them from what? The nuclear destruction, which they're going to get. Let's get Isaiah 34, and I'm just going straight to these points. Isaiah 34 and 5, it says, I'm going to start at 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall roll, Shalakia, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. There's going to be a mushroom cloud. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's the sword? The sword is these nuclear warheads, all right, flying through the heavens, through the sky, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fatness of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord, all right, hath a sacrifice in Basra, which is modern day America, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. You see? So this is what's coming. This is the nuclear destruction. This is what the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to come in and save us from. The Lord won't leave up that number. It's going to come and save the elect from that destruction coming. You see? Now, let's go over here. Let's go to Revelation 11. And Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Now we're standing upon our feet. We know who we are. All right, we woke up after a long period of time. The Lord put the spirit back on us, right? That's why we out preaching. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. These other nations, especially Esau, they're in fear because they know that, especially Esau, their time is short. Verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You see, they ascended up into a cloud, man. You're going to see, in that day, you're going to see a lot of people getting beamed up, getting saved from the destruction, Lord willing. We make it, man. Because we're coming, fire is coming. This type of fire is going to melt metal, melt metal, all the elements, you see. Verse 13, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, which was America. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven, you see. So this is what they're going to be safe from. They're going to be safe from that destruction. So we got Jacob's trouble. We got the nuclear destruction. All right, now Let's get Revelation, which is my next one, 19 and 11. Just, World War III, right? I gotta get that. Salakia. Gotta get that. World War III. Let's get Joel 3 real quick. I'm just read this one. Joel 3 and 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the other nations, right? Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Now these other nations who were weak, all right, who couldn't stand against America's military, right? Now they're getting strong. Now they don't need America, you know. They can go toe to toe with America now. They got their own nuclear power, as I say. Verse 7, verse 11, Salakia. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, O Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. This is the World War III, man. All right. And within that, all the nations, even Russia, is going to be within that. You know? So now, let's go back to Revelation 19. Because after America is destroyed, like we read, after America is destroyed, the Savior, right? The elect got beamed up. They going this is the coming of Christ. This is another one, right? Revelation, or Salakia, slip of the tongue. The coming of Hamashiach. I didn't mean to say that. But that's what the title says. The coming of, all right, Hamashiach, Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, which is a chariot. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, because he's going to take down these nations, right? And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God, which is who? Yahushua, man. Go to John 1 and 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. He is the Word. Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed upon him. Salaki, let me read it again. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, other more chariots, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Wait a minute, it says he shall rule them with a rod of iron. But I thought Russia's gonna be ruling on the earth, right? When America is destroyed. Now we don't know how long the elect is gonna be up there, because it's gonna be a crowning, right, ceremony, stuff like that. So, but Russia's not gonna rule anything. Nobody's gonna rule. The earth is gonna be in complete destruction, right? Like we read, it's gonna cause when those missiles hit America, it's gonna cause a great earthquake. You see, that's gonna be all over the earth. You think there's gonna be just a great earthquake. It's gonna cause tidal waves, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, all types of different stuff. The water's gonna be bad, all right. And I believe myself. I'm speaking as a man, because when they implement that, when they made that sea hit mandatory, the whole world's gonna be a part of it. So everybody's gonna have to get it. And I believe this is like I'm speaking as a man. When that earthquake happens, a lot of people are gonna die in those buildings, because when a lot of those buildings are gonna fall, man. You got that sea hip in you. But continuing on, verse 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power. And he hath his vesture, and on his, which is a robe, and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, which is what? These people dead on the ground, man. That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast, all right, which is America, NATO, and the EU, and the kings of the earth, which is the other nations, all right, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they're going to try to fight against the Lord, all right, and the angels. And Russia is going to be a part of that, because you got to remember that Russia, the land that land is ruled by Edomites. Putin is the Edomite. You got to remember that. You see, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, all right, and against his army. They're going to lose, man. Let's get second address. 13. Man, it's hot. 13. And let me see. I think this is it. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is it. All right. Second address 13 and 33. And it says, I'm going to start at 30. I'm going to start at 33. It's 34. It says, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to start up a little bit. I'm sorry, 29. Check out 13:29. It says, behold, the day is come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And it says, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen when I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest, as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land lead the battle. They have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. You see, this is gonna be World War III. You see, this is the innumerable multitude. Those in that valley of decision. You see that? So now let's get Daniel 2 and 44 real quick. So we know Daniel, right? Talks about that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw. This the Babylon, Assyrian Babylon, got Medo, which is the second beast, Medo Persia, Greece the third beast, and Rome was the fourth beast, right? Then you got the divine kingdom, you see? And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms and shall stand forever. So if Russia's going to rule, how is Russia going to rule if the Lord's going to come and consume all these kingdoms, man? Right? I read 45, for as much as thou sawest, the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof of sure. You see? So Yahushua is going to come and take all these kingdoms. Nobody's going to rule when America is destroyed. Not Russia, not China, not North Korea, all right? Not Turkey, Iran. Nobody's gonna rule. They're gonna be destroyed in the in that war, man. Because they're gonna take place. They're gonna be part of that war. You see, and we know these elites are gonna go in their bunkers. They're gonna be hiding, right? So now, let's get this last one, Daniel 7. All right, and I hope this all making sense. Daniel 7 and what's that? 18. Yeah. Daniel 7 and I started 17. The great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. This is the vision interpreted, right? Then it says, then Salakia, but 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. You see, so the saints are gonna take the kingdom, man. You know, and let's get Revelation real quick. I think it's 21. Yeah, the new heaven and earth. Verse 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. Let me get this word new. In the Greek, it's kainos. And it means as new as respects form, recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unwormed. So it's made new, man. Right? No. Salakia. It says respect to age. So it's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth. It's gonna be a refreshed heaven and a refreshed earth. You see, Revelation 21 and 1 again. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, which are those who got beamed up into the chariots, coming down. That's the city, coming down from the most high out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So what does that mean? No more death, nobody's gonna die, no more crying. Well, the Israelites are not gonna die. The other nations still gonna be subject to that, you know. So where in prophecy does Russia rule? You know, we still haven't found that in prophecy yet. And we went through Jacob's trouble. We went through World War III and the nuclear destruction. We still haven't seen where Russia is going to rule. And we, so I don't. Let's get Ezekiel. All right, 38. Let's prove this real quick. Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. The Lord is against them, but he's going to use them to destroy America. You see? And when that happens, that's when World War III is going to, well, that's during World War III, then, when the Lord returns, he's going to take down the kingdom. They're going to try to make war with Yahushua and the angels, and they're going to be taken down. You see that? So where in prophecy does Russia rule? And if they do rule, how long? And if they are ruling, how long are they ruling for? These are questions that we need answers to. But I just want to add my 2 cents into that. I was Lord willing, this all made sense. This was edifying to you brothers and sisters out there. All right, I'm gonna get these guys out here, man. I don't really know the dude like that. I'm not speaking bad on them, but we gotta get the doctrine right. We gotta get the doctrine. We gotta have the correct doctrine, man. Cause you putting stuff out like that, then I don't know. But Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers and sisters out there. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you sincere brothers out here, and you few sincere sisters that's listening and learning. May the choice of election be upon your house. All right, and the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until next video, Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Wa Ababa.